Hello everyone, welcome to VT Data Engineering channel. As part of previous video, I explained how standalone task is used in Snowflake. And as part of this video, I am going to talk about when we have multiple tasks, how multiple tasks could be defined and executed in Snowflake. So the representation you see here, it's called a DAG, directed acyclic graph. This represents when we have more than one task, how the task will be defined and executed either in parallel or sequential. The first task here it's called root task, B and C and D tasks are called child task. And after root task is completed, task B and C will be executed parallelly. Once B and C executed, then task D will be started executing. And here it's a practical example I represents here. We have a dimension task. All the dimension tasks will be executed first before aggregate or fact table task will be executed. In data warehousing, we need to execute dimension tables first before we actually populate the fact table. And this represents the practical example of data warehousing flow. There are a couple of things that need to be noted in when we have more than one task. Each task, except the root task in a DAG diagram, can have multiple predecessors or successors. So root task is the one that will be scheduled and rest of the task will follow. So child task will not be scheduled. Only the root task will be scheduled. And each we can use the command create task after to add the subsequent tasks. So DAZ can have only like 1,000 tasks total, so that includes a root task. A single task can have not more than 100 predecessors or successor tasks. So all tasks in DAG should have only one owner. Same basically should have the same owner, and these tasks should be under only one schema and one database. And as we said, so root task is the one that is set to schedule. And once the root task is set to schedule, let's say this root task is scheduled to run for every 30 minutes. However, in some instances, the subsequent child task might not completed. In this case, what happens is the let's say we started at this time and we expect this would be completed in 20 minutes. The entire flow would be expected to complete in 20 minutes. However, it's not completed in 40 minutes. In this case, the next instance of the DAG would start executing. But to avoid that, we can set overlapping execution parameter as a false. So in when we set this parameter as false, what happens is if until all the tasks in the previous instance completed, the new root task will not be started executing. In case if we are okay, if business allows like in our use case allows to run a parallel or overlap flow, we can turn this parameter to true. So that way, even though like in a previous instance of the DAZ tasks are not completed, new instance of DAZ would start executing. So, and if in case if we want to add new child tasks to the flow, we need to suspend the root task and then we can add the child task to the flow. Once we set once the root task is set to suspended, so all the future executions will be cancelled. So we need to resume those back. these are the few things that we need to understood and noted when we are executing more than one task in Snowflake. I hope you got some good understanding and value out of this video. Thank you for watching.